Thanks for tuning into this edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard. Each week we travel across the state looking for stories that inspire. Stories about people helping others and making a difference in their communities. Let's start with a brand new course at MSU Billings, taking a big steps towards preserving Native American culture. For the first time, the university is offering a Crow language pilot class open to both students and community members, all with the goal of helping Native students keep their culture alive in the classroom.
Preserving not only a language, but an entire culture.
Well, I think it's groundbreaking.
Here at MSU Billings, 8 students are learning to read, write, and speak Crow. For many of them, it's a language that's close to home.
My grandpa, he speaks Crow, and I have a lot of family members that are older that speak Crow.
I'm part Crow, and I really, I love the culture.
I wanted to connect to my culture more. I have lots of family and friends who speak Crow, and I want to be able to speak to them in Crow as well and understand them.
The course is taught by veteran teacher Lisa Stevens. She tells me the Crow language has only existed in written form for about 50 years, although it's an ancient oral language.
I couldn't read it and write it until I started taking classes at Little Bighorn College.
So it's very new, and so we're all kind of learning that together.
Lisa hopes by instructing this course, students are able to prevent the Crow language from disappearing more than it already has.
They seem so willing and anxious to learn, so that's really exciting. It's important to me because we don't have any other languages offered here that are Native American or indigenous to America.
The lack of Native American courses taught at MSUB is something leaders at the university say they're hoping to change.
I think that really highlighting the languages and the cultures that are here in Montana is important for us. We have courses in Korean, Chinese, Spanish, French, and so this is such a great addition for us.
Anna Diaz, the chair of the English, Philosophy, and Modern Languages Department, tells me if the course has enough interest this semester, it's likely to stay.
This is a really unique opportunity for students and community members.
An opportunity students taking the course say they're grateful to have.
To be able to form sentences and have conversations in Crow, I've always wanted that. And here at MSUB, I finally have that opportunity to do so.
In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Learning to cook for yourself is very important. It empowers you to control your nutrition. You can choose healthier ingredients over processed foods. Now, one library is helping teach our youth learn how to cook 5 meals before they graduate.
Knowing how to cook for oneself is an important life skill that many younger people tend to struggle with. Fortunately, there is a solution.
Actually started during the summer with younger kids, a kids cooking club that we did once a week during the summer.
A program called Future Chefs where kids got to make sandwich wraps, coffee cake, and more. It became so successful, Carol Millsap decided to branch out to teenagers preparing to graduate.
5 meals to make before you graduate is teen focused, and we're making some pretty complex tasty, healthy stuff.
The name 5 Meals to Make Before You Graduate stems from the struggle that teens often face when entering adulthood. Whether it be college or the workplace, everyone needs to know how to cook for themselves.
So you won't starve to death. Yeah, that was the philosophy. My coworker was the one that came up with the idea because she said when she left for college, she didn't have any idea how to cook or how to do anything.
Teens can show up once a week right after school around 3:45 and learn to make a delicious meal for themselves that they can take home and share with their families or eat then and there. By the end of the school year, you will have mastered 5 delectable dishes.
They are available to everyone regardless of ability to pay. So we hope that that people come down and check us out.
For more information on this or other library after-school programs, you can go to the link on our website. In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
Speaking of our youth, there's a new tool for Browning Public Schools, providing calming lights, a cooling fan, and even frosted glass for privacy. It's part of a new initiative aimed at increasing access to mental health resources for students.
Mental health hush pods have arrived at Browning Public Schools. They give students private spaces to connect virtually with mental health providers.
If one student's life is saved through these pods, then they've served their purpose.
Browning Public Schools Prevention and Wellness Director Cinnamon Selway explains what each pod includes.
Each pod is equipped with lights and there is a cooling fan in there. So the student goes in with an iPad, headphones if they want.
The sessions aren't unsupervised.
They are monitored. So each student that is in there is somebody that is supervising in case there has to be some kind of intervention, and a counselor can come and grab that student.
For Buffalo Hyde Academy Director Charlie Spicer, the pods are another tool in addressing mental health.
It feels great. I think it increases our access to provide, wellness services and counseling opportunities for our students. So I think it's a great thing for the district.
BPS Blackfeet Native American Studies Director Robert Hall says the timing is especially significant.
The significance of these pods arriving during Suicide Awareness Month is everything. We as a community, we suffer a lot of loss. There's not a single family that I know of. There's not a single family here in Blackfeet country that has not been impacted by suicide.
In Browning, Justin Robichaud, MTN News.
Classes end at the new school in Joliet.
I love the idea of classical education.
Justin Carter and his wife have 2 children enrolled in the Yellowstone Classical Christian Academy. The Carters say it's worthwhile to make the 25-mile commute from Red Lodge.
Learning how to think rather than being told what to think, and I think that's a huge advantage.
The Carter children are in the class with 2nd through 4th graders.
That memorization sets a foundation on which they build the critical thinking skills.
The school is in an old church building, and it does have more than one classroom, but the student body is small enough, so it has that feel and atmosphere of a one-room schoolhouse.
When someone's in the younger grades may be done with their work, they can listen in to what the older grades are doing. They're hearing that. They're ingesting that information.
Virginia Steen Rains is the founder of the Academy. She brings 50 years of teaching experience, and Wednesday is extra special with Choir Day.
Ecclesiastes Song of Solomon. The tune really helps us remember, absolutely. So yes, the rhythm and the notes, all of it, the melody, helps us remember.
It's so true! Make my own curriculum. I really like that I'm able to teach the kids about God and about my Christian beliefs and our Christian beliefs as a school.
Lindsay Highland teaches pre-K and kindergarten, and her son is in the class. The Highland family has also made the decision to make the trip from Red Lodge.
Families are looking for a unique curriculum and for more say in what their kids' education is. And so we make sure that parents are a big part of our classroom.
What's different about the school?
It's a Christian school.
Please help them have a great rest of their day. In your name we pray, amen.
In Joliet, David J., MTN News.
Every September 17th, Americans reflect on the signing of the U.S. Constitution back in 1787. And this past week, there was a celebration at our Capitol.
The Constitution is more than ink and parchment, but rather a framework for our everyday lives and freedoms in America. Montanans have gathered at the Capitol to celebrate this important document to our nation's history.
Is something that nobody else has. It's uniquely ours, and we can be enormously proud of it.
That pride filled the Capitol Rotunda Wednesday with songs, speeches, and reciting the preamble.
Similar to celebrating anniversaries and birthdays and remembering our dead. They never get lost as long as we remember them. And when we remember them, we have to look a little deeper and say, well, why is this important?
Important because the Constitution protects essential freedoms and protections for all citizens.
I don't think most people realize, but almost everything that happens in their daily life can go back to the Constitution.
The celebration for all ages was also marked by a bell ringing.
It was good and fun. It was really loud, but I didn't cover my ears because I was in charge of it.
Governor Greg Gianforte proclaimed September 17th as Constitution Day and the week as Constitution Week. But some say the Constitution should be celebrated every day.
Take a couple minutes, at least on the 17th of September every year, to reflect on what the Constitution, what our United States of America Constitution means, not only to the nation, but also to yourself.
Reporting in Helena, Madeline Heath, MTN News.
Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana, a Montana business steps up helping a veteran and his family. That story when we come back.
Positively Montana continues after this.
Welcome back to Positively Montana. It was a lucky day for one Billings veteran and his family. The family has been in need of a new roof, but after looking at the cost, they realized that would not become a reality. That was until one company stepped in with a very big surprise.
It was an afternoon full of surprise for Cheryl and Marty Ash.
Amazement. Just couldn't believe it.
They thought they won a free roof inspection.
Came to the door and thought we were in the running for a roof for a vet.
But they really won a free roof from Yellow Ball, a roofing and solar company.
You guys were selected, so you're getting a free roof.
Thank you very much.
The company ran a contest to give a free roof to a vet in need.
It was just like, we knew we were in the running, but we had no idea. So it was a total surprise, especially seeing all the people.
The nomination came at a lucky time. Cheryl and Marty have insurance, but it wasn't going to be enough.
We had just got it inspected, but found out that the insurance was going to be way out of pocket for us. I was at work and heard it on the radio and told Cheryl about it, and she put me in, and here we are, the winners.
Justice Graham, owner of Yellow Ball, knew he wanted to help the community.
We just felt that it's important to give back to the community, and what better way than to give back to a veteran?
And Justice knows just how much a roof can cost.
It's a significant cost for a family.
On average, a roof can cost between $15,000 to $18,000.
Getting this is going to alleviate a lot of stress from both of our lives.
Justice says they plan to get it done as soon as possible. And the shock still hitting the Ashes.
Everybody standing in the yard there, and all of them congratulating us and saying thank you for your service. So that means a lot, especially to a vet. I just want to thank Yellow Ball and everybody that came here and supported us, with a surprise.
In Billings, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.
A classic ride with a classic story. One 1951 Studebaker is turning heads not just for its style, but the memories it carries.
I'll go to car shows, showing people the progress I've made on different cars.
Out of the hundreds of classic and vintage cars on display at this year's Burn the Point Car Show, Mark Ferguson's 1951 Studebaker still managed to turn plenty of heads. It was his first automobile, but not his last.
It's probably worth $5,000 on the auction block. It's worth way more than that to me.
A big reason is the story behind it. Mark drove this car 42 miles each way to high school while growing up in Nebraska. There's also another reason.
And I and my wife had our first date in it in '62. Just celebrated 60 years. Same car, same wife.
Love affairs that have stood the test of time. Mark spent his career working in computer electronics, but cars have long been his hobby. Spends a lot of time in his shop, one of the ways he likes to relax.
I guess that's how you do it. Your first car, and you end up fixing it and learning how to fix it. And so it just happened to be a Studebaker.
Mark has been active in both the Yellowstone Studebaker Drivers Club as well as the Roaring Twenties Club.
This is a Crosley convertible that I bought in 1963.
And along with Studebakers, he also collects and has restored several Crosleys, one of America's first subcompact cars. Plenty of projects to keep this super senior busy.
I've got no deadlines. I do it at my own pace, and which some days is pretty slow, and some days I'm really with it.
In Billings, Russ Riesinger, MTN News.
Community members gathered in Fort Benton to celebrate the completion of a project 4 years in the making. The Mandan Keel boat, one of the town's most recognizable landmarks, has finally been restored.
After 4 years of work, the Mandan Keel boat is once again standing tall on Fort Benton's riverfront. The Community Improvement Association led the effort, backed by about $45,000 in grants and more than 1,500 hours of volunteer labor.
Since most of it's new structure internally, we should hopefully have another 60, 50 years on the levee here. I think it will last and serve the Fort Benton community and our visitors for many years to come.
The boat was built in the early 1950s as a movie prop for the film version of A.B. Guthrie's The Big Sky. Its full-size design mirrors the keelboats that once carried trade goods up the Missouri, long before steamboats arrived in the 1860s.
Being that we had this wonderful, life-size, historically accurate movie prop is a perfect way to have the public see how people got up here during the fur trade era.
By 2019, weathering had deteriorated the Mandan significantly, its mast leaning and plywood planks crumbling. Some called for its removal, but volunteers chose restoration instead. Preservation specialist Kirby Matthew helped salvage original pieces while reworking the structure to withstand Montana's harsh weather.
It's that physical thing that makes a connection for people. As we were working on this, when I showed up, there wasn't a mast, there wasn't any rigging, and you could visualize the boat, but it's completely different with the mast on it.
The restoration included practical fixes, opening seams so rainwater drains through instead of pooling inside the hull.
When rain comes in on it, it falls through to the ground instead of being hung up in gaps and joints.
The finishing touch came during a ceremony on Friday when the crew hung the original Mandan sign on the starboard side of the boat. The group has already set aside funding for regular upkeep, with hopes that the Mandan will inspire new generations to explore Fort Benton's history along the riverfront. In Fort Benton, Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
If you want to make it out of your small town and into Hollywood,
You got to be there for your dream.
Preston Lee has been doing it for decades.
And you can't expect it to happen in 2 years or 3 years. It's a 10, 20-year plan.
That success is now in the form of his newest independent feature film, Omaha, as its producer, where it premiered at Sundance earlier this year.
Omaha has made it into a number of the bigger festivals, which has been amazing. So it's traveled the world.
A long way from his Montana roots. Lee was born in Havre and grew up in Billings, where he graduated from West High in 1985. After a semester at the University of Montana, it was time to head west.
Then decided to pack up my car and drive to Los Angeles to be an actor.
But quickly found a new love in producing.
There's something creative about producing, assembling the right crew, finding the material.
Today, Lee runs his own production company with credits on dozens of projects and commercials, but Omaha is his most personal.
I was really taken by the story, and I just felt like, I'm going to make this movie.
It's his first feature film with friend and director Cole Webley, starring John Magaro. The film tells the story of a father navigating grief with 2 children after the loss of his wife.
It's a road trip movie. It's a powerful little movie with hope, but there's some heartbreak as well.
Now he's coming back to his hometown. Omaha will premiere at the Montana International Film Festival on Thursday at the top of the ticket.
I'm excited to bring the film back here, show it to the local, friends and family. My mom is very, very excited.
But more than success, it will give him a rare chance to look back.
I think it's a bit crazier in the first 20 years, but then you kind of just forget and take it for granted. But when you come back here, I think the festival will be a big kind of reflection point.
And proof that chasing a dream is enough to take you far.
It's hard, especially when you move from a place like Billings to Los Angeles. It's a lot of people. For a Montanan to be stuck in the middle of 13 million people. If you give it 10 years and you work at that every day for 10 years, you'll be successful.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
Still to come on this edition of Positively Montana. More on the growing sport of flag football when we come back.
Positively Montana continues after this.
Welcome back to Positively Montana. With football season in full swing, there's been another addition to the gridiron this year with a growing sport of girls flag football. The sport includes 38 teams across the state. While it comes with an exciting opportunity for female athletes, it also comes at a time when refs are hard to find.
At first glance, it looks and sounds just like any ordinary high school football game. But a closer look and listen.
Make sure your teammates have all their jewelry out.
And it's clear this sport is much different.
It's just kind of awesome to be involved and to have girls do a great sport and something new.
The sport of flag football, a growing high school sport across the country, now stretching into Montana with 38 teams statewide.
I think flag football is a great opportunity for girls.
The participation has skyrocketed here in the Big Sky State. And along with it has the need for refs.
There was just energy around it and something new, something to be involved in, something to give back to the student athletes.
For longtime ref Larry Schmidt, the opportunity to get involved was exciting.
So being able to go out and work a high school boys game on Friday night and then turn around and do this on Saturday wasn't an issue for me.
But amidst a statewide reffing shortage, Schmidt knew he'd be uncommon.
You know, the shortage of refs is a problem for the student athletes. We're having to ask schools to move their games to Thursday or Saturday just because we don't have enough guys.
And so the recruitment process began.
They said they needed help, and I showed up one day and didn't know the rules and went over it in the locker room and just kind of had fun.
Jason Federico tried it last year. The longtime coach hadn't spent much time reffing beyond elementary basketball years ago.
It's really nice to see him struggle at the beginning and then progress through the year as you start reffing these games constantly.
That growth had Federico hooked.
The thing is, it's a new experience for refs, coaches, and players, and parents, so it's a win-win for these girls.
And that's why Schmidt and Federico are employing others to come out and try their hand at a new sport, one they can learn along with the athletes.
It's always evolving and we're always getting updates. And so it's like, hey, you're going to be learning as we learn.
You know, whether you played sports or not, just learn the rules and come out and see if it's for you.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinard, and we'll see you right back here next week.